Hello, we're back for Ask AJ, and it's been a while.
It's been a long time since I've been on Ask AJ. So hi everyone.
It's been a long time since, in fact, have we ever been just with me and you? We must have been.
No, we have.
Point.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Tell everybody what you do here at Ashdown Jones.
So, in case you don't remember me and missed me on previous Ask AJs, I used to work down in Ashdown Jones.
It says down because we're literally upstairs in an upstairs downstairs
Very
office.
literal. And I briefly said before this I was kidnapped and taken upstairs. But no, I'm now the operations manager for the group. So sadly, I don't spend as much time on the ground, but overseeing a bigger picture.
That's right. And he's upstairs because we took him away from all the distractions of being in a working estate agent. Cool. Yes, that's right.
No,
so sits in a little corner now. He's very happy doing his operations manager stuff.
Yes.
And the business is running a lot more smoothly because of it.
Awesome.
Yeah, welcome. So the subject of this Ask AJ is why you need a physical brochure, because it's 2025 as we record this. And, you know, we do have sometimes pushback from, well, particularly from other agents, actually, because we also teach and train other agents across the country, saying, well, do we really need a physical brochure in this day and age? And our argument is very much, yes, we do. And I wanted to show you what it looks like when an agent doesn't do a physical brochure. By the way, this was 3.25 million, this house. Mm-hmm. So we do a mystery shop once a month, not to try and catch another agent out. And it's definitely not a local agent. If you're a local agent and you're watching this, you're stalking our page, then it wasn't one of you guys. It was actually an agent down in Cheltenham. We pick an agent randomly across the country and phone that agent to ask them about a home, act as a buyer, and just see how they react. And we use that to train our team here at Ashdown Jones.
We do. And request a brochure.
We request a brochure. So this one came. I am now Diane Johnson, so thank you. Not Sam Ashdown at all. And this is what came this morning. And as I took it out of the packet this morning and showed it to our designer, she went, oh, in a bad way. So that's what the brochure was that turned up. I think there's a comp slip in here somewhere as well.
Actually, firstly, I did quite like the envelope, though. You know, it wasn't a plain white. It's got a bit of something about it, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a first class stamp.
I thought that was too big.
Although I requested it on Friday and it's Tuesday and it came. Oh, actually, it did come yesterday. Yeah. In fairness, yeah, fair enough. Little comp slip. It doesn't say "Would you like a viewing?" Or anything like that.
No, but I like that they've given their name. You know, at least there's some name to get in touch with. But yes, the brochure itself, in case you can't see.
It's not a brochure.
It's just stapled bits of paper.
So when I phoned, I said, look, I like the sound of this house. Thank you for everything you told me about it. 3.25 million in Cheltenham. I'd really like that house. And could you send me the brochure? And he said, I could, but it's just what you would see on the internet if you downloaded the brochure. And I said, I don't have access to a printer, because many people don't have access to a printer or don't want to print off on, colour printer on their home printer.
No.
So I think it's a reasonable question or request to ask for a brochure, but that's what came. And I don't think that showcases the house really very well at all.
Not for £3 million plus.
Well, if you think about it, when you buy a car and they give you a brochure, it's a beautiful brochure, isn't it? And even if you buy something like, I don't know, diamonds or something that is, in the hundreds or very early thousands, you would still expect a brochure. So anything you're going to expect of any value, you would expect to get a really beautiful brochure with it.
Hardback, solid, glossy.
Yeah, but that's 3.25 million and we still don't get a brochure.
No.
So we know that the fee for selling that house is going to be well in excess of £50,000. And it does cost us quite a bit to take a home to market, doesn't it? How much does it cost roughly?
About 1,250.
Yeah. And that's for photography, copywriting, 3 different kinds of photography.
Floor plans,
I've already said photography. I think I said photography. Yeah. And the actual brochure itself. So let's come on to the brochure. So show us one of our brochures. So
in comparison, this would be one of our Ashdown Jones brochures. And you can't obviously feel it watching it, but it's a heavy, high quality, good stock in terms of the actual, what it's printed on, high GCSM that. Yeah, so that's 350 GSM that. Yeah. So it's a nice... It's got a nice feel to it, and it's got like a velvet touch feel, so it just feels it's nicely laminated, and it showcases the that's beautiful. Isn't it nice? I like how the trifold.
Yeah, I really like that, and it showcases the photographs and of course the home beautifully. That's lovely.
Isn't it nice?
So you can't possibly get that kind of printing on this kind of paper.
No,
you just can't, can you?
Because this has got a bit of a shine to it. So for photography printing, it just pops, doesn't it?
I think so.
To that, which is quite flat.
Yeah, and it makes the text look a little bit blurry and those kind of things. Have you got a greenery picture in there? Just do a direct comparison. There you go. So if you can see that, it might be shining a bit under the lights, but you get the idea that, you know, this brochure is not going to show that kind of photography. Now, if you want somebody to spend £3 million on a home, and we regularly do ask our buyers to spend £3 million on a home, we expect to showcase that home properly, both for the seller's point of view. So the homeowner deserves to have their home shown like this. The buyer deserves the experience of being able to enjoy that home using, you know, a beautiful bespoke brochure. And also, I think it showcases the home.
I think
so I think that you can actually see the home better in a brochure like that. And bearing in mind that in Ashdown Jones, so many of our buyers come from away.
Yeah.
So when they go home after their viewing, all they've got is our brochure to be able to remember the home. And if they're just remembering it like this, I don't think that they're going to be able to remember all the beautiful aspects of the home.
No. And I was talking to Emma about this the other day.
Who does some of our viewings?
Who does some of our viewings, because she was going out and viewing some brochures. And I feel something like that would easily, psychological-wise, you'd throw in the bin.
Yeah.
Whereas something like this, I feel like you're a little bit more hesitant to chuck away.
Yeah.
So if that's left sat on your coffee table, passing it each morning when you have a cup of tea or whatever, you're going to keep coming back to this house and you're like, oh, isn't it nice?
Because you enjoy the experience of looking at it. There's no experience for looking at this. No, you're right. This could easily be just thrown away. You'd go, right, well, I don't really like that house. I'm going to throw it away. Whereas that one, you're going to go, well, I'll hang on to it because it's such a beautiful brochure.
Yeah, I could show a friend, or I've got an idea, or, you know, you use it for the styling, or, you know, to look at, oh, I want to decorate my room that way. You'd keep that.
It's like a little magazine, isn't it?
Yeah.
So from a logical perspective, I mean, really, what's logical about spending £1,200 on a brochure like we do? But really, what it's going to do is it's going to sell the viewing to a buyer. So an interested buyer, we always send out the brochures to them, of course, wherever they are in the country or even the world. So that sells the viewing. So they look at that and they think, actually, I really like what I see. I would really like to go and view this home. When they are looking around the house, there's a beautiful floor plan in, actually, which is a really big colour-coded floor plan, isn't it? To showcase the way that the house is, the way the house flows. Got blue rooms for the wet rooms, so kitchens and bathrooms, etc. And all the square footage on there, so you can directly compare. And also there's a compass on there as well, isn't there? So when you're walking around the home, you've got a practical way of seeing the home through the logical, aspect that's the floor plan. And then when the buyer gets home and is thinking about making an offer, they're going to be looking at that brochure and reselling it to themselves. And then when they make an offer, I think it makes the offer more sticky because they're reminding themselves how much they love that home.
Yeah, I think they solidify the purchase. So we've had before where buyers will actually request a few more copies because they actually want to show it off to their friends and family. So they kind of like in their mind already shared it with other people. Yeah. Whereas a piece of paper probably
no. I mean, you don't feel like you can withdraw from that process if you're going to share it with your family.
You really
friends.
Feel like showing this off.
Yeah. And do you know what? When somebody's lived in a home for a long time, I've just been to see a lady who sadly lost her husband. She's got beautiful memories of that home, but she's ready to now downsize. And I think a brochure like that is a real memento for her of what they created together. They lived there for 15 years. It's a long time. Yeah. And I think it's just a really nice, nostalgic memento as a keepsake.
Agree. It's like when you go to a concert or anything, isn't it? You get a nice, hard printed, glossy little thing that you keep as...
Wish I'd had some from concerts I went to when I was...
Did I get one? We would buy one.
No. I went to...
oh, you mean when you were younger?
Yeah, I was younger. But I went to see Pulp last week. Yeah. And maybe I should have got like something to take away. You know, something physical. We like physical, don't we, as humans?
I think so. Well, again, like we were saying, you just like to touch it and share. Yeah. But no, I think they're super important. But I do agree with you. I think as a seller, they're a lovely thing to keep.
They are, yeah. And it shows the seller how much we love their home. Yeah. We're showcasing their home, aren't we?
Yeah, so we give a few, don't we?
So I hope this was helpful to you. If you're on the market with an agent that doesn't provide brochures, then maybe just have a little word in their ear. And actually, if you are within about an hour and a half of this office here in Windermere and you haven't yet talked to us, then please do. And we'd love to give you some guidance on how we use brochures. We don't charge for our brochures. We don't charge our sellers. We have one fee, and that includes all our marketing, no matter how big the brochure is. And we're very lucky to have Lucy, our in-house designer, who is amazing, and every home of brochure is completely bespoke to that home. And that's what makes it such a special memento.
Yeah, every house is unique, so every brochure should be unique.
And every seller is unique, so every seller is reflected in their brochure too. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.